Digimon's making a scene and kicking it up, kick it up to the big screen. Digimon's making a scene and kicking it up, kick it up to the big screen. Digimon's making the scene.
Okay, but he drops it on Jack Pumpkinhead, and then they escape from the witch that he stole it from, who had him, like, enslaved from a baby onward. And the second thing they use it on is a wooden, is it called a log horse? What is the word for what he is?
I want to say sawhorse.
Yeah. It's a sawhorse. It's a thing that you put a log down on before you run the saw back and forth. And that one turns into an actual horse that runs faster than almost anything else ever in Oz.
It's the most OP motherfucker.
He also, isn't his whole thing that he straight up can't die, and because he's made of, like, thick wood, it's like, who cares?
He's also just, it's like a fucking rocket on wooden feet.
And because of the laws of Oz, if he does have something happen, like he loses a leg or something, you can replace it with anything.
Yep.
And he's still able to move at the exact same speed.
Yep.
But the Gump is like I think he's like the last thing they bring to life in the book, right?
Yeah.
And it's like the kid has no powder left just about, and they are besieged in the Emerald City inside of the castle. Mm-hmm. And they're like, we need to get out of here now. We need to get out of here now. And they get like 2 sofas and they tie them together. And they take the head of like an elk or something.
Well, the head is the creature that is called a Gump, and it's described as like kind of like an elk.
Yeah, it's like an elk, and they take it down and they tie it to the 2 sofas.
Oh, we might be at the boss.
And they put like a broom on in the back of the sofas, and they put like palm fronds along the sides, and the kid goes like, here goes nothing, and he sprinkles dust just on specific parts of it, like on the 2 fronds and on the head. And I don't even know if he sprinkles it on the tail, does he?
I don't know, but I know he doesn't get the legs. The legs remain numb and unmoving.
So this thing goes from being like a couple of chairs that have been bungee corded together to being a living being. And he's just like, the last thing... That's a mega.
Cool.
The last thing I remember was being in the forest and being shot. And now I don't have feeling in my legs, and I'm some kind of living vehicle. Please put me out of my misery.
Yeah, when the story's over and they ask him if he wants something in compensation for his work and helping them, he says, just disassemble me, please.
Put me back up on the wall. Doesn't he stay alive forever on the wall?
Like, he's chill about it, though. He's fine with being a severed head of an elk mounted to the wall.
Please just don't make me be a vehicle. And like, literally, the idea was we need to build something that can fly so that we can get ourselves out of here. So they build a makeshift thing that should be able to fly, and they expressly just want to use it as a vehicle, and they wind up making a living being, and it's really unfortunate.
Why did we start talking about this again?
Because of the horse in Digimon. The one that starts out as a boat and turns into like a pterodactyl and then into a horse.
Basically, yes. It's the Gump.
The Gumpmon.
But with less personality.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. The weird boat had some personality.
Not really. I mean, you never really get speaking lines directly from it.
Don't you? Am I going nuts?
I don't think so. It's like some things can talk to
Oh, do they
it?
instant message? Like,
I think so.
Yeah, he sends like messages to them through their vices or whatever.
Or something.
And Guilmon specifically talks to it. Like,
but
it asks it,
like,
Mr. Arc, please turn around.
He's kind of dumb, so it's not really clear if he's actually getting a response from it or if he just thinks it'll talk if he talks to it.
No, because the first time that it does anything that very...
Oh, shit.
Oh, wow. Is this the last boss?
Maybe.
But what I was going to say is the first time that it deviates from its original plan was it's going down the rails, it picks them up and starts going up the rails, and it forgot a person. And Guilmon goes, Mr. Arc, stop. Mr. Arc, please stop and go back. And he just sits there asking it over and over again, very nice. And the thing stops, busts off its rails, and goes back and gets it. And everybody sitting there is like, why did it do that? Because it was not designed to do that. And then it winds up using up too much power, and they have to like force the Ark to disassemble itself to get the kids out or whatever.
So anyways, we're about to find and fight Satan.
Oh boy! I hope it's Fish Face.
Yeah, I hope so.
It's not like we're going to be able to really hear the voice very well anyway.
Yeah, no, we'll hear it in post.
Oh my god. I've been studying this place for a long time. I'm evil.
Yep. I've been researching Satan. Look at my Satan circle.
The Forbidden Digital Dive. Oh my god. But why did you control them?
Why did you assign your sister to Lust? I'm not forgiving him for that.
Wait, but he's really confusing the hell out of me.
Why?
Okay, so the Digimon that he's talking about that he controls then would have to be like the lower level Dark Digimon, right?
I don't know.
So like Devimon and stuff. So he had those Digimon go and collect children to offer up as sacrifices to frozen evil like demon Digimon. And then the frozen evil Digimon assimilated the children. And then he used the assimilated ones. He used the PI and he used the Data Squad to fight the assimilated ones to get the key cards from them to wake this one up. How did he know to do this, A?
It's because of Thomas H. Norstein. That's the answer.
Is this all like one big inferiority thing, too? Like, is that why he's doing this?
Maybe. So we're over here, fucking Squats is over there just sort of like not involved in this.
Squats was the main character.
At some point.
Okay, yeah, so he's just a spoiled brat.
Yeah.
I lost to you once and it was enough to drive me into this overly complex garbage plan.
This is petty and so minor. This is not a good villain motive.
So is he the spirit of like wrath or something?
Maybe.
Pride? I don't know. Then he hires the police and he has a Digivice.
I'm sorry.
This is just... So he has a Digivice.
He does.
And I don't understand. He would have had to have jumped through so many plots and known so much stuff to begin with. Why didn't he just beat them when they were frozen? Would they not have had the key cards if the children weren't fused to them or something?
Maybe?
How did he know to use the specific, sins of children that he did on each... this assumes a lot about this character.
Yeah.
And also, is his Digivice automatically assigned to this thing because he woke it up?
Good question. I have no idea how these Digivices work.
Me neither.
Considering
I don't understand how any of this works.
They don't seem to be, based on you developing a bond with some fat baby and then it appears out of nowhere. This digital world doesn't seem to be, fueled by the wishes of babies and gnome farts. Which is literally how it works.
Well, depending on the series.
Gnomes.
Gnome Farts is the third series. Yeah,
gnomes, straight up.
I actually like the gnomes in that series. That was a really good concept because I absolutely despise the idea that nothing exists in the digital world except Digimon. I like the idea of there's one other thing that exists and no one's been able to find it. They appear only once in a great while to do stupid things.
Maybe. I feel like it wasn't, explained well enough.
It super wasn't, I agree. That was a white screen for an awful long time.
Yeah. Oh.
Are we back in the tutorial area?
Oh, this is the tutorial area bonus boss. Or maybe not.
I don't think it's the bonus boss. I think it's the actual boss.
Yeah.
It's just... This character's... his evil to begin with is stupid because it's oh my god, he's just incredibly petty and a brat. And then on top of that, his form of evil is... just awful overall. It's stupid and complex and doesn't make sense.
Digimon.